Hey guys, Tyler Niven.
Cam Niven.
We're here with Mirror Point Oyster Company in Brunswick, Maine. Been selling oysters to Harbor Fish since 2016. Tyler, nice to meet you. Oh yeah. He's cool. He's a big guy. You'd remember him, a monster. But yeah, they started that, and then it slowly turned into like, okay, we'll build bags here, we'll build cages here, and then we have 3 walk-ins and a sorting machine.
This winter was crazy.
Well, we didn't get like this sub-Arctic blast of like negative 20.
Ago, and it was like minus 40 with the wind chill.
Yeah, that winter screwed. That whole bay locked down. But this bay doesn't. This side doesn't usually lock up because it's tight. What we'll do is in the winter, like not in the winter, in like October, right before we sink everything, we'll take everything that's of market size in grow out bags and we'll put them in these troughs. So between the 2 rafts, we can put roughly 500,000 market oysters in this, and they'll float right here and just be totally fine because they'll go dormant in the winter. They're not feeding, and we'll harvest out of this. And this doesn't usually freeze,
So you just have to go from there to
back
here
and forth,
back
which is
and
super
forth.
easy. But if it does freeze, we have another site with just a mooring on it over in Harpswell. 5 million seed a year at 2 mil, and then 2 millimeters in size, and then grow it out. It takes about 2 summers to get it to market size. But this stuff is about 2 years.
There you go, Sean, your oyster.
That was your goal, only 1 oyster.
He's only, I think, had one once before.
If you're like a super oyster connoisseur, like you can taste the difference between ours and Love Points because they're grown in different bottoms areas and tidal. It's like super minute, but you can
taste
see
a
it.
little bit, but not,
Right.
not like that.
And like we have a friend that does flip bags up off that point, so from here to there, but because it's on the bottom, closer to the bottom at low
Different
tide,
flavor.
yeah, it's more earthy, a little more grittier. You get an oyster that's 2.5, 3 inches, it's less times to touch out the door, and what it does is it frees up that space on the farm for other stuff, right? Like it's like you gotta, because we're constricted to our space, and we have to utilize it as best as we can. And like, well, we have 40 acres, which is very lucky.
Isn't that one of the biggest lease?
One of the bigger ones, but we only have the surface,
Yeah.
so we can't use the full water column because of the bottoms. This is just under 40 acres. We have F grid here and then A grids as far north. And what we try to do is put all of the seeds, like the seeds, first year stuff, as far north as possible. Because it's shallower up there, so warmer water. And by warmer, it's like 1 degree to 2 degrees. Like it's not drastic, but it's just more food. Kind of get them out of their green bag situation as quick as possible. Because you're starting them off in the water at 6,000 per, because they're so small. So the quicker we can get those into better densities, the better. So we'll move everything out. And you can see like on the south end here, like those cages that are flipped up, right now there's nothing in them. So they're flipped up for visual purposes of like, hey, we need to go put stuff back here, here's some space. But also that's how we'll dry and kill the biofouling. And the only way to really do that is you just swim it. Like you just like, we had like 6 people I think on Friday swim it, and like 2 hours they were done. Yeah, like they crush it. Like it's pretty impressive what they can do. But like we've tried using this, we tried it out of a boat, and it's just not as efficient. Just keeps going. So standard cage like this, 6 slots. These, so this is stuff we got last year. Last June, May or June, sometime in that frame when we got seed. So it's had 1 winter, 1 full growing season and 1 winter. So this is like some of our top edge stuff that the fastest growing out of that crop. So this came in at May, June at 2 millimeters, and it's already this size.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it grew very quickly. Super nice, firm shell, but you can see like the density of that bag is like, it's even a little stiff. That's probably like 400. But you can see the space and there's no muscle, so they're able for them to move around. But this stuff will be, you can even see like a little bit of new edge on that. So they're starting to pump a little bit. On every inch we have out here. And then like this stuff will get, like this is gonna be the first stuff they tumble. So they have, our work float just went in this morning that has a tumbler on it. A grid here, and then the cages you see in the horizon are still our LPAs. So that's like how each person can get a limited purpose aquaculture site, and then that's where we'll put all the seed when it comes into the water. Yearling stuff, but I think it's a little bit small. So yeah, this is ideal of like, this stuff's a little bit bigger, but you can see. You can see that muscle starting there.
Yeah.
So it'll just pull it all together. So you can see this one's, yeah, this one's dead. It could have starved. Just break it up. But like this stuff, this is also stuff from last summer that's getting bigger, and you can see that. It's crazy to see how it's like, I joke because it's like when I was in high school, I grew up on the water. Like I was like, oh, I'm not taking the water. Like dude, there's no way. Like I can't do something else. Like there's no way. And then now it's like, oh, we're the cool kids. Like people are like, hey, can you come talk to some students and like figure like to explain to them? And you're like, oh, this is now I'm the cool guy. Yeah. 3,500 cages out here now, and then at full capacity, because we still have some space to scoot stuff together, and then there's some gaps that we can fill on the C grade area, just on the other side of this, that we can be around 5,000 cages. So last summer we got, I think we got like another 1,000 cages throughout the summer, and it's just, the more you can split your densities and the more you can keep them happy, low densities, the better quality oyster. You gotta really love what you're doing. You're just getting overrated left behind. It overwintered really well. Got some nice edge there already. Good densities, nice firm, hard. So it turned out to be pretty good. So this will hit 3-inch mark probably around fall. Like this will probably be some of our winter crop. so it just needs a little bit more time. But it's good to see some healthy oysters. And then we have Rob and Reed. Those two are both apprentices from the Maine Aquaculture Association. They did the apprentice program last year, so they do a boat camp, and then they pair them with a farm for a year. So we've had Cat for a full year. Rob just started. But look at all the muscles on that cage. You guys doing
Good, how are you?
That's a nightmare. Like they're all dead now. They'll all fall off, but that's like
hopefully they fall off.
that's a nightmare. Yeah.
But it wasn't our best choice in cages.
Let me guess.
It's a good example of what we dealt with last summer.
Cat, was it in the front?
Yeah.
It was in the front.
Yeah, we just grabbed it.
It was right in the front. And Doug's truck was in the way for a while, so we just grabbed what was easiest.
This was one of the selected ones too. We had reject cages.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, everybody at Mere Point. It looked like a phenomenal day out on the farm. We really appreciate you taking the time to give us that tour. It looked like it was very well organized, beautiful farm, great people. We really, really appreciate you. And by the way, your oysters, outstanding.